Okay, welcome to another 2014 Common Car Predict Programming Exam Solution tutorial solution. We're going to just look at Pest2a, which I'm sure you will remember is validate the player name. This is going to be a really short one. As you remember, we've got this horrible problem that currently recent score is a space in the recent score is currently defined as being where the player name string is of length equals 0, is basically a string with no characters in it. So that means if we don't enter a player name, our score will get overwritten. There are two ways of solving this. One, we could just change this to be score, and we could simply say, okay, we'll only count a space if there's a score of no entry. Or the other alternative is a classic presence check, where we loop while the name is not zero characters, which is what we're going to do. So let's cut to the code. I hope you don't need me to tell you that all of the action for this particular bit of code happens in the update recent scores. Right, just zoomed in a smidge there. And at the moment we've got player name equals get player name. And we've got the little bit of code that finds a space down here. So the first thing we could have done was change that to score, but we're not going to. We're going to put in a loop. So as you can see, I've just done a loop while player name equals that blank string, if you like, and we don't need to worry about any user dialog because that's all handled in get player name. Right, we ought to test it, and unfortunately we've got to run the program, so I'll quickly do a game and then I'll come back to you to actually test a bit of code. Okay, I ran the code without a shuffle and deliberately died on the second guess, so I've currently got a score of 1. So it says please enter your name, so if I just hit return it shouldn't allow me to go on, but as soon as I type something in, it's got handled. Yeah, it is worth checking that it's actually gone in there. We haven't changed anything, so there's no reason, but we can see that that's all working nicely. That is all we have to do to validate the player name. Don't forget there was that other strategy just in case. The exam board asked for specifically the validation to be changed in that, not the validation, the criteria to be changed in that way, but for me that's the classic bit of validation, and it's kind of asking to be done for a quick 1 or 2 marker near the start of the section D.